Good YouTube everybody, thanks for stopping by and checking out this review, plus checking out the channel. We really do appreciate it. What we're going to talk about is Streets of Rage AXEL by JAKKS Specifics. So guys, let me know something in the comments. Out of all the JAKKS Specific toys of all time, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. But right now, let's go ahead and roll them off the stand and let's get started. Okay, for the packaging, this is nothing really crazy or wild. JAKKS Specifics, they really don't do too much detail with their packaging, but it does well in holding the figure, right? But if you're a box buff, packaging buff, this one might not be for you. But looking at it, you can see the Streets of Rage on top. On the side panel of it, you see AXEL fighting some guys in the background, getting their Streets of Rage on, and you see the figure in this big box bubble, very huge. You see the figure in the flame effect inside. Also see an AXEL at the bottom there, right? Also, if you flip it over to the back side, you can see that the figure is in the arcade style. You see the arcade style with doing his grand uppercut with the effect. Pretty awesome. Then you see him standing, the figure itself, with the flame effect, and it looks like he's in the bathroom. Is he taking a shower? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But there's his fist and the flame effect showing you on the bottom there. And there's some sayings by JAKKS Specific logo. You can read that if you like. Pause it. But that will do it for the packaging. Okay, so let's give him a measure. We'll start with the inches. On the inches, he'll be right at 5 inches. And on the centimeter side, he'll be just right at 12.5 centimeters. That's where he's at, and that's where he's standing. Okay, so let's scale him up. We'll just do a few figures from the JAKKS Specific line. Let's start with a small figure. That'll be Link. Okay, and we'll add in Samus. All right. Okay, let's put the big guy in. We know who he is. Of course, Juggernaut. Okay, so the size comparison looks pretty decent. Of course, Juggernaut scales good with any size, looks like, and you get the idea. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the accessory. Not accessories, but accessory. It only comes with one, and that's for its grand uppercut effect you've seen in the photos earlier. So if you look at it, you have that translucent kind of a orange color to it with a little yellow. Put some lighting to it and it will bring it to life, make it look better for some photos. But here we are. You have this translucent orange, kind of see-through with lighting. Then you have a little yellow into it to make it that fire effect, which it doesn't look bad. When you look at it closely, it's not bad. Put the fist in there, have the uppercut going, that looks good. So not bad on that. We've seen these kinds of pieces before with many figures from different companies. This is nothing new to us, but it fits for the figure, right? And there you have it. And that'll do it for the accessory. Okay, so let's take a look at the appearance of the figure. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we see the figure in a few photos earlier. We've seen the size, we measured them. So let's take a look at him closely. Looking at the hair, you have in this mold with the hair fraying out with the yellow. There you go. Bandana going around. You have hair coming over the bandana, and you do have sculpting with the ears. Look at the face, the face and the nose, lips, chin, and the eyes are not bad themselves. If you look very closely, you can see the blue on the eyes with some black on the top, some kind of accent there, right? Not too bad. The paint is not bad as well. If we go down to the shirt, you're seeing that you have a two-piece here for articulation by the arms. That's two different pieces. But coming over the top here of the chest, you can see that the shirt is kind of brushed up, kind of stretching with the muscles. That looks pretty good. You see the abs under the shirt, not bad as well. And look at the shoulders. You have folded sleeves right here, kind of folded over, kind of rolled up, like he would stick a cigarette pack in there, you know. And if you look on the back, it's the same thing. You just have the shirt bunched up. The painting's not that bad. I'm not a fan of the vest with the articulation. I know you have the articulation and stuff like that, but I'm not a fan of the vest looking thing right there. You know, just make it one whole piece and then have the articulation there, but that vest is showing quite a bit. Okay, you see the belt, you have a nice design with the brown leather, then you have the painted buckle in silver. The arms have a little bit of detail. You have some muscle detail there. Not bad as well. And then if you go down to the pants, you can see the middle of the pants, the diaper, right? And looking at the legs, quite okay. Not that bad. We can do without the production painting there. Then you're going to have some production stuff in the inner thigh there. We can do without that as well. We can leave it off, guys. We don't need to see that. You can put that either on the bottom of the feet or whatnot. But the pants look good. You see them brushed up by the ankles. Not bad there as well. And looking at the tennis shoes, you have your slice of red in the laces with the tennis shoes, right? Old school laces. And you do have some tread on the bottom, right? Pegs there too for posing reasons. But looking at the fist, you can see the wraps around the fist there, about kind of like gauntlets for the gloves. And you can see the two-piece paint with the fingers coming out of the gloves. Great paint work there, not a bad job. So the appearance of the figure looks very well, especially for the size and especially for the price. Let's take a look at the back here. Look at the back of the pants. You see the pockets and the legs back there and blending in with the articulation. It's not too bad. The figure actually looks pretty decent. I believe you can get some great photos out of this. Okay, so let's step into the articulation. Let's see what we got. Okay, small figure. Articulation should be good. I don't think it's gonna be amazing, but looking at the figure itself in hand, it is not bad. So let's take a look at this articulation. We'll start with the head first. You see the head it moves around pretty decent. It's on a small ball and socket, not very much movement with your downs and your ups. You don't get really any movement from that, but you do have your rotation all the way around full circle, which is pretty decent, okay? So that's it on the head. That's all you're gonna get on that. When we go to the arms, you're gonna have your latch systems here, which is pretty decent. It's more like a peg system / latch, and they do rotate inside, which is great for movements. We do like that, okay? You're also gonna have your bicep swivel and your double jointed arms, right? That way they go all the way in, as you can see there. Not too bad, right? Okay, and that's the same on both sides. Let's look toward the middle of the figure. You're gonna have below the sternum here, you'll have some play there, have some movement, right? There you go. And in below the sternum where the belt is, there's no movement, okay? So let's go down to the legs. The legs are on dumbbell joints, right? There you have it. And you do have thigh swivels, which I was pretty amazed by that. Mostly you'll get that from Hasbro or whatnot, but having the thigh swivel is good for a lot of reasons when you're doing poses and trying to make the figure look in certain ways. So that's great with that, okay? And your legs do have the double jointed knees, right? There you go. We do love that. That's the same on both sides. And the feet are on rockers. Those are also good too when you're posing. You have your rockers there. Then you're gonna have the latches in as well. So the articulation is not bad, but for the figure of the size of the figure, it's really good, okay? And let's don't forget about the hands. The hands do rotate as well. They rotate and they have latches of their own. Very small movements with those latches. You can see it, but very small movements, not much, okay? All right, and that will do it for the articulation. Okay, for the pros and cons, we'll start with the cons. The only con that I have is I know that this is not an expensive figure. You shouldn't expect too much, but give us more than one effect. You could do another effect of some sort, or maybe interchangeable hands, or maybe an extra head sculpt. That's the only con that I have. But the pros, the figure does look really good. Not really much detail, but I do like that the articulation is pretty cool. You can put it in many different poses and it balances well. And the flame effect does look good. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and give the figure a 3 out of 5 stars. Guys, let me know what your stars are. And you guessed it, you can get it at Walmart.com. Just check out Walmart.com or their local big box store. So what are you waiting for? Check them out. And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational or you just simply enjoy watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.